Hey there, Patriots. Welcome back to Front Lines. It's Death Watch here to give you guys more intel so you can update your personal armory and fight back against the fake news media machine. And like always, we're going to start out this show with a either a meme or an actual like boofer dot. Okay, so this right here is the definition of grooming: the deliberate act of bringing a child into a sexual, political, or racial ideology, practice, cult, or lifestyle without the knowledge or consent of his or her parents, for the aim of isolating them from their family so the external party can abuse and manipulate them. Simple as that, right? We even have MSNBC, right? This is a clear cut definition of this. MSNBC, we covered this before, or like I called them, MSDNC. Okay, we covered an article where one of their hosts tried to use communist speak, right, when describing this phenomena. She said we need to abolish the private ownership of children to their parents. Like, what does that mean? Well, what she means is, hey, the idea that you are a parent, you gave birth to your offspring, the idea that you should have sole custody of that child should be abolished. You having the right to sit there and say, this is my child, I want to teach my child what I think is best for them, yeah, that should be abolished. Your child no longer should be under your sole custody. Instead should belong to, your child should belong to the whole community. The community should have a say so in how you raise your child and how what things gets taught to your child, right? So essentially, the Democrats have gone so far to the fact that they're like, hey, we need to take over the government, right? When they get into positions of power, right? When they get voted into power, they are now pushing for, hey, we need to push for laws to essentially abolish conservatives' rights to have private ownership of their own damn children, right? We saw this with Project Veritas when they exposed one of the PBS board directors. I think he was I think he was a board director or just a director at PBS, but he was a higher up. He openly got caught on tape saying that we need to take away the children of conservatives and put them in re-education camps. This is literally how they believe. They hate you. They hate conservatives. They want to literally rip your child away from you and put them in re-education camps. That's disgusting, but that's evil. Plain and simple. And what's even more crazy is, do you recognize this person right here? No, you don't recognize that? How about this? This is probably more recognizable because this is a professor who was recently fired from a school in Virginia because they claim, right here in this article, professor claims people who are sexually attracted to children, that isn't immoral, right? Being sexually attracted to children isn't immoral. This person got fired because of that. They openly made this video right here that's playing, made a video saying that, hey, we need to destigmatize people who are sexually attracted to children because calling them the P word is mean, is cruel. It isn't immoral to be attracted to children. What, so should that, it just should be okay? Should we just accept the fact that people are attracted to children, right? We have the idea of MAPS, right? Minor attracted persons. These are people who try to, in some ways, I want to say they try to, but they successfully, in many ways, attach themselves to the LGBTQ community, right? You got people that first they try to say that, well, the P did not stand for pansexual. The P stand for you know what word. Then they came out was like, no, we are just maps, right? Because love is love. We should all just be accepted, right? We are people, right? We're not evil. We are people who are minor attracted people, right? We are attracted to underage children, okay? And we should not be stigmatized for it. We shouldn't be considered evil because guess what? We don't actually go out and try to have relationships with children. So you guys should instead cheer for us. Hey, yes, we are people who are attracted to children, but we're not evil because we don't actually engage in the abuse of children. So therefore, you just need to accept us for who we are. We're going to wave our own pride flag, right? They have their own pride flag, right? The episode of Blue's Clues actually had the color scheme for a few seconds showing their pride flag, right? As they were doing this whole pride parade, like, hey, let's play all, let's show all the different rainbow schemes of the pride LGBTQ community, right? And people sat there and noticed that, hey, that color scheme right there is the same color scheme that the maps, the minor attracted people, use. What are you guys doing, Blues Clues? What are you trying to say? What are they trying to say? Well, let's just hop into this article. John Hopkins Child Sex Abuse Center hires trans professor Dirty Four, who was forced to resign from Virginia school for defending minor attracted persons. Okay, the trans Old Dominion professor was forced to resign after he defended a minor attracted person had been hired. John Hopkins University. Alan Walker, 34, will start work at a postdoctoral fellow for the Baltimore School on May 24th. The center, created in 2012, billed itself as a research center that creates thorough, rigorous science, a public health approach to preventing child sexual abuse. Walker, who uses they/them pronouns, was forced out of Old Dominion last November after 15,000 signed a petition to have them removed from campus. The trans Old Dominion professor, who was forced to resign after they defended, people who want to have sex with children, by saying society should refer to them as minor attracted persons, has been hired by Johns Hopkins University. We are now, Johns Hopkins University says, we are excited to share that Alan Walker, PhD, will be joining the Moore Center as postdoctoral fellow on May 25th. The Moore Center for Prevention of Child Sexual Abuse said Thursday, right? And this is literally their post right here. Them saying that, yeah, we are hiring this person. We are happy to hire this person. And right here, which is funny because this person, they openly say Alan Walker's expertise in qualitative research methodology will enhance and advance the work of the Moore Center. We are excited to have them on our team. Okay. In my head, I'm trying to rationalize why would they hire this person, but in some cases you can say, well, hey, we are a research institute trying to figure out how to prevent the sexual abuse of children. Who's better to hire than somebody who sympathizes with people who do those type of crimes? I don't know, John Hopkins. I'm sitting here saying, like, why would John Hopkins do this? They're literally destroying their own credibility here. But in my me trying to rationalize this thing, it's like, actually, this is probably smart. Why not hire somebody who clearly sympathizes with people who do abuse children? Okay, why not hire one of these people, right? The center, created in 2012, described itself on its website as a research center that creates thorough, rigorous science, a public health approach to preventing child sexual abuse. Walker, who uses they/them pronouns, was forced out of Virginia Old Dominion University last November. And this is the actual, I think I got the article right here. Yeah. From Daily News, professor behind controversial research placed on administrative leave from Old Dominion University. Basically because they said that, hey, we need to destigmatize, right? It's less stigmatizing than other terms like the P word, Walker said in an interview with the Prostasia Foundation. A lot of people, when they hear the term the P word, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender, and that isn't true, right? We also had, I covered this also, you had USA Today, the complicated research behind people who abuse children. Okay, in this article, Alea E. Destagir, however you pronounce that, she openly makes the argument throughout this entire article that people who are sex offender, right? People who are registered sex offender, people who do go out and engage in activity or the abuse of children, I should say, are different from people who are MAPS, right? People who are attracted to minors do not go out and actually abuse children. So therefore, we need to stop using the P word to describe anybody, right? Anybody who is attracted to and or does abuse children, we need to start using the P word, because the people who are P words actually go out and commit those acts, right? We should and somehow praise and clap for the people who say, yes, I am a person who is attracted to children. I should, stop calling me the P word, because, hey, I have self-control. I can control myself not to go out and actually do these type of crimes, because, okay, like, all right, well, the problem is with me, well, I can understand that, yes, we probably should destigmatize to a point, Because here's the thing: when you look at somebody who's a crackhead, right? Somebody who openly does drugs, abuses drugs, somebody who's an alcoholic, if a person sits there and says, "Yeah, I have problems abusing drugs," and they're at rehab, right? Do you go into the rehab center and make fun of them, saying, "Haha, you're a druggie, you're a crackhead"? No, you don't do that. You're clearly trying to get help. Okay, yes, they are an alcoholic. Yes, they are a drug addict, but they're trying to get help. Why would nobody in America will sit there and just bully somebody who's clearly trying to get help, right? That's like going to a gym and making fun of a fat person at the gym, right? They're in the gym because they want to lose weight, because they want to help themselves, right? Why would you make fun of somebody who's fat while they're in the gym? That makes no sense. Why would I make fun of a person who is attracted to minors, but they're clearly in a institute trying to get help to fix that? I understand that point, but the point that these people are trying to make is that, like I said earlier, the people who are MAPS, they're trying to sit here and say that, hey, just because you are attracted to children doesn't make it immoral. Yes, it does, and you need to fix it. We should stigmatize that. Anybody who is attracted to minors should be stigmatized, and either they need to go get help or they'll keep being called bad names. Somebody who openly goes out and robs somebody constantly will get stigmatized, and people will call them a thief. They will call them a thief. They'll call them no good, a criminal. And why shouldn't we? They clearly keep doing crime, and when we try to tell them that you should get help for your problems, somebody who constantly abuses drugs, and people are literally trying to help them, right? And they're refusing that help. Well, then guess what? You're going to be stigmatized because it is immoral to do these things. It is immoral to be attracted to children. And if you're not trying to help yourself, trying to go to these institute and try to fix that problem, well, then guess what? We're not going to accept it. We shouldn't accept these type of behaviors, regardless. If you are somebody who is attracted to children, you need to go get help. If you don't want to get help, well, then guess what? We're still going to call you the P word. Who cares? Like, it's immoral. You shouldn't do these. It's a crime. Like, what argument? Why should this argument even be a thing? Well, because the left, in their heads, hey, we should just accept everything. We should, because they're so, I don't even know like what it is. It's like a Ouroboros, or like, what would you ever call it? They're just chaotic. They're just evil. They'll just say, hey, we'll just allow whatever, because if the conservatives sit here and say that we're against it, well, clearly we have to be against what the conservatives are against. What sense does that make? You're going so far to the point that, like in MSNBC, that hey, we need to strip away parents' ownership, parents' sole custody over their children. The government should be in charge. The community should be in charge. Why? Because conservatives are like, hey, we want to ensure that our children are being taught math and science in grade school instead of being taught political and sexual identity and ideology, and being told that, hey, the former president is evil. You should always vote for the Democrats because you don't like the fact that conservatives are Christians. Because conservatives overtly just like, hey, we just feel like our children should just only learn bare basic math, science, and all this other crap. Like, because you're upset about that, you're like going full on. Yeah, the government should have full control over people's children. In fact, if people want to abuse and groom their children, they should be allowed to, because those people are part of your tribe. Those people vote for the same people that you vote for. That makes no sense whatsoever, right? Conservatives don't even agree with a lot of the, they don't agree with all the other right wingers, the far right people, on how to actually raise and do things in the economy. Conservatives openly sit there and say that, yeah, those white supremacists, we don't agree with them. We don't care about them. We don't even invite them to our own parties, right? Every time we have a rally, we don't invite them. Every time we have the RNC and all these other group meetings for conservatives to come out and actually hear our talks, talking points, ideological battles and stuff like that, they don't invite those white supremacists. They tell them to fuck off. The white supremacists then go out and create their own little rallies, and people are like, yeah, whatever. Okay? Like, what is this phenomenon right here? Okay? So, I mean, I don't really have to read anymore, because this is basically what it is. Okay, this is the book written by Alan Walker, A Long Dark Shadow, Minor Attracted People in Their Pursuit of Dignity. Pursue, how is that a pursuit of dignity? If you are somebody who's attracted to children, you should go out and get help. Simple as that. Right? I 100% will stand by somebody who says I am somebody who is a map and I'm trying to get help, but I'm scared to go out there and try to get help because I don't want people to sit there and start attacking me, abusing me, harassing me for what I am. I'm like, hey, I will stand with you. If you are somebody who is trying to get help, I don't care. If you're trying to get help, you should be shielded and should be allowed to get help. But if you're a person who sits there and wants to, hands on your shoulder, like, like the Superman pose, I am a person who's sexually attracted to children and I'm proud of it. I don't want you guys stigmatizing me. I love myself as I am and all this other bullshit, right? No, like, what? You're disgusting. That's immoral as hell. I'm not gonna sit here and praise you. I'm not gonna sit here and defend you. You need help, right? I'm gonna defend you from actual abuse because you shouldn't abuse people regardless. You shouldn't attack people, abuse people regardless of their beliefs or what they do. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I stand with that person. Like, no, I stand with you if you're trying to help yourself. If you're trying to go to these institutes and try to find help, I will stand with you 100% of the way. But if you're a person that says, I'm a minor attracted person and I'm proud of it, you guys can't stigmatize me or make me feel bad for what I believe, what I feel. Sorry, but you're on your own then. And anybody who's trying to shield these people, who are standing with these people, trying to shield these people from actual criticism, because that's what it is actual criticism. Because at the end of the day, people who, regardless of you actually go out and abuse children, if you're a person who is attracted to children, it should be stigmatized, just like people who go out and steal. People stigmatize people who steal, people who kill, people who do hardcore drugs and don't try to find any type of help for it, right? It should be stigmatized at the end of the day. Sorry. Leave the damn country. Well, go somewhere else, right? Go to some other country that allows people to abuse children like that. Sorry, not in America, but not in America. We will always stigmatize this, and we will we should go back to stigmatizing a lot more of this crap. But when it comes to the left, because the right wing stigmatizes a lot of these heinous acts, well, the left starts to say, well, hey, we can't agree with the conservatives because if we agree with the conservatives, then it makes it seem like, we have more in common. But we got to, keep America divided and fighting against each other. So we're clearly going to go the opposite and say, hey, people who do want to have, who are attracted with children, we'll protect them. They're part of our banner now, right? They're part of our tribe now. And we will defend them 100% of the way. And like I said before, John Hopkins here, I don't know like what the hell they're doing. I just think that, the only way I can rationalize this is them saying that, hey, who's better to help us prevent the abuse of children than a person who clearly sympathizes with people who are attracted with children, right? I mean, I guess, right? If you want to get to the bottom of how serial killers think and all these other people, right? Let's have a serial killer on our side and study them, right? They're probably using this person in their research as, they hired this person to be their test subject, right? Well, hey, this person clearly sympathizes with people who are maps and probably is a map themselves, who knows? And so we should probably hire them, talk to them, see how they think, and then probably we can get to the bottom of how actual people who do abuse children think and how they actually go out and engage in these type of activities. I don't know. I really don't know, because this is crazy. We're a literal peak clown world where people are literally saying it's okay, it's not immoral, it's okay to be somebody who wants to have relationships with minors. Like I'm out of words now. Like what's really going on in this world? But like always, stay safe, stay sane, be vigilant, and I'll see you Patriots on a battlefield.